Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we are going to continue the very cathartic cleanup of summer annuals. Today we're going to pull out all the petunias in the berm. Yep, we're going to do it. I know it is the end of August. These petunias have had a fantastic life of gorgeous color, have brought us endless hours and days, weeks, months of enjoyment. Their time has come. They're coming out. So let me show you why they are coming out. Of course, we are here at the berm, right? This is the house side of the berm. Just to give you a little bit of a reference point, right? So here is the end. We've got the pufferfish right here, the pink cascade 2, and then starting with the Vista snowdrifts, all of the jazzberries. We've got Supertunia mini Vista yellow with Supertunia mini Vista white, and then the jazzberries and snowdrift again repeated up there. This is coming out. All the petunias are coming out. And I'm going to show you why, because especially back here in the back, I was in here weeding a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed that we had some kind of worm. Now, whether it was a bud worm or not, I'm not sure, but it was a worm caterpillar that was in these beds, and between that and the extreme heat that we've had, the humidity, and I know for us it's been hot, y'all, and not a whole lot of water. We're just finally starting to get some water. The jazzberries themselves are the worst by far. They look the absolute worst. The mini Vista yellows are not as bad, but they're certainly bad. I mean, when you've got in here and you're showing, like, look at this, y'all. The stalks like this, no. Now, the morning glories, yeah, they're doing great. The weeds are just loving life, and they're happy, happy, happy. The petunias, not so much, and I just can't handle it. I just am like, nope. I look at this when I am always on the front porch, right? Because we're sitting on the front porch in the morning, we drink our coffee, I'm sitting out there, and this just makes my skin crawl. I'm sorry, it does. This side looks even worse right here in front of the cherry tree. They're dead. They are gone, and good heavens, the Bermuda grass, the wire grass, whatever you want to call it, is loving life. And we cannot get in here and properly maintain this with the petunias being in there. Brenna is exploring it for me, and thank you, ma'am. So we have got to be able to get this under control before we do any other kind of plantings in here. So that is what we are going to do. Look out over there. Yeah, they're going to come out. So thankfully, we have, it is a cloudy day. It is cooler temperatures are starting to come in. We've got the hurricane that's coming headed this direction. So I don't know if it's because of that or what it is. I don't, honestly, the cause, I don't really care what it is. It's cloudy and it's cooler. And thankfully today is getting drier. Yesterday, the humidity, the dew point was insane. Today, I can feel some drier air coming in. So this is the perfect day to do it. I have got a wonderful team. I have got Cece's gonna be with us, Randy, Christine has come back for the day. And so she is here helping out with us, volunteering her time and energy to pull this out, get the weeds out. So we're gonna get this whole area completely cleaned up, and then we are going to go ahead. Jerry is here too. He hopefully is gonna be filming us while we work, and then we're gonna bring in some of that great compost mixture and go ahead and top dress this bed and get it ready, because in the probably early December, I've already placed my order for tulips from Color Blends, and they're going to be pre-chilling them for me. So if you have that option and you need to have your bulbs pre-chilled, Color Blends will do it. I think it was like a $30 flat rate, which is just phenomenal. So they're going to do that. They won't arrive until like the first week of December. So we're going to plant our violas and tulips all at the same time. That way, this will give this bed time to rest. I can make sure that these weeds are under control in the meantime, and by the time we plant the violas and the tulips, then these will be, all these pesky weeds like the Bermuda grass, is the wire grass is what I'm worried about the most. Everything else will be fine. But yeah, that way the boxwoods will have time to get adjusted and everything. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to do an all hands on deck, get these babies out. We're going to weed as we go and just have a fun time pulling everything out in this space. Yeah, so that way it should be relatively, quote, an easy job to do, because we don't have to be careful and particular on what we are doing. So without further ado, I am going to grab all of my people and we're going to get this project started. Alrighty, my friends, and just like that, look at it. Isn't that a beautiful sight? It is all cleaned out. The petunias are gone, the weeds are gone, the morning glories are gone. Jenny can sigh a big relief, because I just love this. I've told you before, and I'll say it again, I would rather have an empty bed that is clean and neat and tidy than one that is junky and full of weeds. And to me, it's just so much more hard on the eye. I don't know, just my brain, there's something about my brain that it just makes it too busy, and it's not pleasant at all to look at. So you probably can see hear Jerry coming with the bobcat. So what we're gonna do is just come through and we're going to top dress this whole area where we just pulled out the plants with our compost mixture. This is what we're going to do to prepare for that early December planting of the violas and the tulips. And plus it'll just it'll make the bed, of course, it'll give it that kind of that top dressing look to it and make everything neat and tidy. But the main reason that we're doing it is because of just the nutrition. I mean, we're adding back to our soil and getting all of that great nutrition back in there, because guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. When you have really nice, rich, healthy soil, then you're gonna have less work as far as to go on feeding and maintaining your annuals and your plants. So the more you can put organic matter into your soil, then the less fertilizing you're gonna have to do, and the happier the plants are and the healthier the plants are. The less watering you're gonna have to do if watering is an issue, because all that organic matter holds on to the moisture better than if you have, you know, an area that doesn't have the organic matter in it. Now, obviously we're at an advantage here because we have it in bulk, and so we can do that. We bring them in literally by the tractor trailer loads of this blend and get these beds taken care of that way. So I will show it to you in just a minute. But also, while we were here, went ahead and the ladies cleaned up for me some of the annuals, because honestly, like right here where these cleome were, you could not even see the boxwoods. I mean, they were just not showing because the cleomes were so over on top of them. So we got those pruned back a little bit. Can't really tell a whole lot that they were pruned, but definitely the boxwoods are going to be much happier now and get sunlight all around them. And then even down here, Christine was working around the camellias, the pufferfish. I mean, look at this pufferfish, y'all. Just beautiful. Planted this last, it was either November, December. We planted it and doing great. But again, we needed to clean up right here because these cleomes were kind of overtaking. They are very happy right here, and we needed to clean those up. And then Randy worked on the coleus for me. This is Wicked Witch. Y'all, can we just talk about the Wicked Witch right now? I mean, if you're looking for a quick, fast hedge, and when I say fast, like for the season, go with your coleus. Y'all, this is Wicked Witch coleus. Can do sun or shade, but you can get an idea, right? So these things are a good 3 feet tall. They are ginormous, which I love, but we also had to come back in here. This is where Randy was working on it for me, because this is a golden Oakland holly, which is actually a tree, right? But I needed to get sunlight on the back side of this holly. The coleus was just getting a little too aggressive there for me. Great thing about it, in about a week, you'll never know that it was pruned, because all of these leaves that you see in here, they will fill out and kind of hide that bare spot. So all that great foliage, it'll look like this over here, right? So it'll fill in and be just fine. Next year, well, the reason I did that, let's talk about why did I plant my annuals here? Why am I using all of these taller annuals in the back when I have shrubs and trees in here? Well, the reason that we do that is because this bed, of course, is only, trying not to get run over by the bobcat here. This bed is less than a year old, and I needed to fill in my empty spaces while I'm waiting on my shrubs and trees to get their mature size. So if you have, you know, a relatively new bed, a new garden, and you're wanting to fill in, but you don't have the time, right? So if you've just planted some trees, and obviously they're going to be small, they're not going to be very big, you need something to fill in. Use your annuals. And if you do that, so like this year, whatever I use, the number, I don't know how many it is, I'm just saying off the top of my head, I use 10. Next year, I probably only need to use 5. And then the next year, I'm probably not going to need to use any at all. So using those annuals as a temporary filler make a huge difference. They are absolutely stunning to look at. I mean, they're gorgeous, right? I love this Wicked Witch. All of this is filled in so nicely. With the Sun Patience, this is the compact deep purple, I believe. We'll use less next year because it's coming in on my October Magic Rubies. But, oh, love it. And then, of course, this is the Cleome, is the Senorita Blanca Cleome from Proven Winners. All of these are from Proven Winners. We were talking about, the girls and I were talking about the Cleome, and so Cleome is what we call I call it your grandmama's plant, because it's an old-timey plant, like it's been around for forever. But it would get a bad rap because it would self-sow, so you would end up with oh my gosh, hundreds if not thousands of babies in your garden the following year. And then they also had thorns, so they were not easy to get in there and prune. Well, Proven Winners took all those characteristics, those pesky characteristics, and removed them. So they are sterile and they do not have thorns. Really easy to take care of and manage. And my gosh, y'all, these things were gorgeous. When I planted them, they did not look good. They were really sad, and got them in the ground. Very, very happy now. So what we are going to do is get some rakes, shovels, all of our utensils, and we're gonna go ahead and get this spread out. And then Christine's just going in there with her hands. I tell you, that woman, she uses what she has. Jerry's about to take me out. If I die, it was on camera. Y'all can see it. He can't collect the insurance money off of me because, you know, we caught it on camera and got run over by a bobcat. So, yeah. Hey, Christine, you wanna rake? You want a shovel?
This is so effective. I promise. What? Everything I learned from Brenna. Tell me that is not an even distribution.
And you're getting in your gardening yoga.
I am really stretching those hammies right there.
Gardening with friends is always more fun, people. I love it. All right, so we're gonna get this spread out and then we'll meet you back here in a second. Today's project is complete, my friends, and I am a very happy gardener. Look at that. Just beautiful. All cleaned up, neat and tidy, no weeds, no petunias. Beautiful mulch is laid out and everybody is nice and happy. The plants look great. And I mean, you can see boxwoods. We actually have boxwoods in here, my friends. Look at that. It's amazing. So the boxwoods are shining. The hibiscus are doing well. Everybody just kind of pops now and putting on that top layer of that compost mulch. We've talked about this before quite a few times, that this is a blend that we get one of our suppliers to kind of do for us. So this is 60% compost, 40% aged pine bark fines. So what that means is the pine bark fines is little pieces of pine bark, right? So it's just little ones. It is getting, here comes the rain. It's raining. I don't know if you can hear that. I thought maybe it was the wind, but it's not. It is rain. So it is raining. Might need to get Jerry to, so we got the camera. Hey Jer, we got the camera in here. So I gotta get my cameraman, gotta take care of the equipment because it is coming down. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up really quickly. Praise the Lord, it's raining. We have not had a good rain in quite a while. So this is very welcome, but my gosh, this looks fantastic. As soon as it stops raining, Jerry is going to put the drone up and show you from the bird's eye view how everything looks. So before I get completely soaking wet, we're gonna call it a day, my friends. As always, thanks so much for going to Creekside. Y'all have a great day. See you next video. Bye.